Hey y'all, so I'm sure many of you already saw that Trump signed a bill. He signed the bill. He caved, and it's really not the power move that a lot of y'all think it is, and we're going to talk about that today. If you would like to support my content by becoming a member of my Patreon, go ahead and click the link below. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. So this is according to the Epic Times. Trump used Impoundment Control Act to demand payments increase to $2,000. Donald Trump used the Impoundment Control Act of 1974 in a bid to increase the stimulus payment amount of $2,000 and remove wasteful spending from the relief bill. Trump signed the relief bill, which was attached to an omnibus spending measure on Sunday evening. As a president of the United States, it is my responsibility to protect the people of the country from the economic devastation and hardship that was caused by the China virus, he said in his statement, referring to the CCP, which caused the COVID-19. I understand that small businesses have been forced to close as a result of harsh actions by Democrat run states. Many people are back to work, but my job is not done until everyone is back to work. The president said he was not pleased with some of the spending measures included in the bill. As a president, I have told Congress that I want far less wasteful spending and more money going to the American people in the form of $2,000 checks per adult and $6,000 per child, Trump added. After signing the bill, Trump said he would invoke the Impoundment Control Act of 1974 in an attempt to boost the 600 stimulus checks to 2,000. The act allows the president to make demands to Congress, but it is ultimately up to Congress as to whether they will accept his demands and vote on the rescissions. And an administration under the 1974 Act can only withhold or impound funds for up to a month and a half. According to the Constitution, the legislative branch is the entity that controls the federal funds. I will sign the omnibus and COVID package with a strong message that makes it clear to Congress that wasteful items need to be removed. I will send back to Congress a red line version, item by item, accompanied by the formal rescission request to Congress insisting that those funds be removed from the bill, Trump added. I'm signing this bill to restore unemployment benefits, stop evictions, provide rental assistance, add money for small business loans, return our airline workers back to work, add substantially more money for vaccine distribution, and much more. So he signed the bill. So first of all, impoundment, okay, so this act that he used, uh the process of impoundment is a process by the president to not spend the money that has been appropriated by Congress. Now, Thomas Jefferson was the first president to use this. Presidents used this in the past, but then as a response under Nixon is like, oh no, this is too much power. The Congressional Budget and Impoundment Control Act of 1974 was passed. Now, within that, Title 10 of the act removed this power that Trump is trying to now sit up here and pretend like he has. Not only that, Train versus City of New York closed these loopholes so the president does not have the ability to reject congressionally approved funds, which means this little note from Trump is just a sternly written letter. That's all it is. That's all it is. The Impoundment Act proposes rescissions of funds, but that rescission still has to be approved by both the House and the Senate within 45 days. So this is no power move. This is not the 4D chess y'all think it is. And I'm starting to think that they're hoping that after the 45 days have passed, people will just get their little $600 and will have forgotten all about this, move forward with their lives without even thinking about or remembering all the frivolous and ridiculous spending that is going to happen, especially considering the fact that Congress is not required to vote on these rescissions, these red lines, harshly written red lines that Trump wants the Congress to take notice of. Okay, in fact, in times in the past when presidents have done this, Congress has totally ignored it. So, yes, it would be nice if Congress decides to make some of the budget cuts. But they definitely don't have to. And line item vetoes are unconstitutional. Some state governors have that power, but the president does not. Okay. In 1996, the Congress passed the Line Item Veto Act. Bill Clinton even used it a time or two, but the Supreme Court came in, struck it down, called it unconstitutional back in 1998. The court said that line item vetoes are equivalent to unilateral amendments by the executive branch. But the executive branch can't do what the legislative branch can do, okay? Only Congress has that power. So using line item vetoes would mean the president would be actually amending bills, which is a legislative power. So that means that would actually start looking like the dictatorship that any other normal day people would totally say they don't want. And no, it doesn't make it different or less of a dictatorship because this person is offering to give you $2,000 instead of $600. Okay. So, as of now, the bill has secured at least $600 for individuals. And I'm honestly starting to thinking that maybe this decision had a lot to do with the impact of the Georgia Senate runoffs. But my opinion is, and has been that Trump should have vetoed this bill. He should have vetoed it and made it clear why he was doing so, regardless of what the media was going to say. I honestly think this is a terrible way to go out. And like I said a few weeks back, this will be the biggest wealth transfer of our time under a supposed conservative president. Now, just like literally as I'm making this video, the news came out that the House has approved the $2,000 stimulus checks. But now, if you're going to push that all the way up to get that signed by the president, knowing that Congress still doesn't have to remove any of the pork that was put in there, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. So that would mean if that is to happen, the bill would be even more explosive, even more over the top, even more spending than originally intended. And that stern letter and redlining was for nothing. So, those are my thoughts. Leave your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.